On the frontier human colony of New Hope, life moved slowly and quietly. The planet had wide green fields that stretched far, clear rivers that sparkled under the sun, and a sky so blue it hurt the eyes to look at for too long. People here were farmers mostly. They grew wheat, rice, and strange new fruits that could grow in low gravity. Some worked in small labs, testing soil and seeds to send back to Earth or to other colonies. Everyone knew each other's names. Children ran free after lessons, playing games in the dust or climbing low trees near the school. Governor Tae-min led the colony. He was a man in his 40s, with short black hair, starting to show a little gray at the sides. His eyes were calm and steady. He liked to solve problems by talking first. Fighting was always the last choice for him. His wife, Ji-yoon, was the head doctor at the medical center. She had gentle hands and a soft voice that made scared patients feel safe. Their only child was Ji-sung, a bright 10-year-old boy who loved soccer, drawing fast spaceships on paper, and asking his father endless questions about stars. One ordinary morning, the peace broke. A huge dark shape blocked the sun. People stopped their work and looked up. Strange ships hung in the sky, long, sharp, and black like the shells of giant bugs. Their sides had sharp points and glowing red lines. These were the warships of the Vorath Dominion. The Vorath were not like humans. They stood much taller, covered in hard armor-like skin. They had 6 legs, 4 arms with claws, and yellow eyes that never blinked. They took what they wanted from other worlds. They did not ask. They demanded. A loud voice came through every speaker in the colony. It sounded rough and full of sharp edges. "This is Commander Krelvor. We claim this system. Send food, metals, fuel, and workers at once. Resist, and we burn your fields to ash." Tae-min was in the command building when the message arrived. He stood in front of a large screen that showed the alien fleet, 20 big ships and many smaller ones. Their weapons were already charged and aimed at the ground. He took a slow breath, then he pressed the button to answer. "This is Governor Tae-min of New Hope. We are members of the Galactic Concord. We want peace. We have no large army here, but we can offer trade. Our farms produce good food. Our water is clean. Let us talk." Laughter came back, hard, broken sounds like glass cracking. "Trade? Humans are soft, small, new. You bow or you die. Send tribute now, and send some of your young as labor stock. They look simple to train." Tae-min felt cold in his chest. The Vorath wanted children. "We do not give our children," he said. His voice stayed level. "Never. We can give other things. Food, tools, knowledge. We can find a way." Krelvor answered, "We land now. Prepare your tribute, or watch your homes burn." The channel closed. Alarms rang softly across the colony. Not loud panic sirens, just quiet warnings. Parents called children inside. Farmers ran to hide equipment, but school had just let out. Many kids were still outside. At the playground near the school, laughter filled the air. Children chased each other. Balls bounced. Sumin, an 8-year-old girl with 2 long braids, was laughing as she tried to tag her friend. Her cheeks were red from running. Ji-sung was nearby, kicking a ball high. Then the sky roared. 3 Vorath shuttles dropped fast. They landed hard, kicking up dirt and grass. Doors opened with hisses. 10 soldiers stepped out. Each one towered over the tallest human. Their claws clicked on the ground. Their weapons hummed with blue energy. The children froze. One soldier pointed with a long arm. "The small ones, grab them. They will serve well in the lower mines." The soldiers moved like hunters. They snatched arms. They lifted kids off the ground. Screams rose. Sumin ran. A claw caught her shirt. She twisted and kicked. "Let go! Help!" The soldier lifted her easily. When she bit his arm, he hit her across the face. Hard. Blood ran from her lip and nose. She cried out and went limp for a second. Ji-sung saw it. He charged forward. "Stop! Don't hurt her!" A soldier grabbed him by the back of his shirt and threw him over one shoulder like a sack. Ji-sung kicked and shouted. 5 children were taken in total, Sumin and Ji-sung among them. The others were dragged to the shuttles too. Teachers tried to stop it. One got a stun blast and fell. Another was pushed down. Above, Taemin watched it all on the drone feed. He saw the blood on Sumin's face. He saw his own son struggling in the soldier's grip. His hands closed into fists so tight, his nails cut his palms. But he did not shout. He did not panic. He turned to his communications officer. "Send the secure packet to Earth Command. Now." The officer's fingers flew over the keys. A short message went out in code. Taemin opened the main channel again. The Vorath could hear him. "You took our children. You hurt one. You drew blood. This was your choice." Krelvor laughed again. "Your choice was to do nothing. Look at your people. They stand and watch. Weak. Your young belong to us now. We will show the galaxy how easily humans break." Taemin looked straight at the camera. "You do not know us yet, but soon you will." He ended the call. Then in the secure line he sent one final word. Crimson Dawn. Far away on Earth, in deep bunkers and hidden stations, lights turned red. Officers stood up from their chairs. Quiet voices gave orders. Child harm confirmed. Protocol active. Release all contingency assets. No loud fleets launched. No speeches. Just silent movements in the dark. On New Hope, the shuttles lifted off with the children inside. Sumin sat on the cold floor, holding Ji-sung's hand. Tears ran down her face, mixing with blood. Ji-sung whispered to her. "It's okay, Dad will come. Mom will fix your face." The shuttles docked with the flagship. The Vorath soldiers pushed the kids into a small holding cell with metal bars. They laughed as they walked away. Commander Krelvor sat on his bridge. He watched the human children on a screen. Small, fragile, perfect for the labor pits. He turned to his second-in-command. "Set course for home space. Broadcast the capture across Concord channels. Let everyone see how humans yield." The fleet turned slowly. Engines glowed. They moved away from New Hope. On the ground, Taemin stepped outside. Parents gathered near the command building. Many cried. Some shouted in anger. But no one fired a weapon. No one chased the ships. Jian ran up to him. Her face was pale. Her eyes were wet. "They took Ji-sung. They hurt Sumin. I saw the blood." Taemin pulled her close. "They will come home," he said. "How can you be sure?" "Because we protect our children. Always." He looked up at the sky where the alien ships had gone. The stars looked the same. But something in the dark had changed. Small drones, hidden for years in distant rocks, woke up. Old cargo ships altered their paths. Secret platforms in deep space opened silent doors. The Vorath thought they had won an easy day. They had no idea what they had started. The Vorath flagship moved through empty space like a dark knife. Its engines hummed low and steady. Inside the huge ship, lights glowed red and yellow. The air smelled sharp, like metal and acid. Commander Krelvor sat in his high chair on the bridge. His forearms rested on the controls. His yellow eyes watched the screens with pleasure. The 5 human children sat in a small metal cell below decks. Thick bars blocked the door. The floor was cold. There were no beds, only hard benches. A weak yellow light came from the ceiling. Sumin sat against the wall. Her lip was swollen. Dried blood stuck to her chin. She held Ji-sung's hand tight. He sat next to her, trying to look brave. The other 3 children, 2 boys and 1 girl, huddled close. Their eyes were big and scared. A Vorath guard walked past the bars. He clicked his claws on the metal. Quiet, small things. Soon you go to the pits. You will dig until your soft hands bleed. Our parents will come for us. The guard laughed. It sounded like stones breaking. Your parents? They stood and watched. No fight. No ships chased us. Humans are weak. You belong to us now. He walked away. The children stayed quiet for a long time. Su-min whispered, "It hurts." Ji-sung touched her face gently. "Mom will fix it. She always does." Dad said help is coming. One of the other boys started to cry softly. The girl hugged him. Above, on the bridge, Krell Vor opened a wide channel to the Galactic Concord. His image appeared on thousands of screens across many worlds. He spoke in the common trade language. "Listen, all species. The humans of New Hope gave us no fight. We took what we wanted. Look at their children. Small, easy to control. This is what happens when soft species join the stars. They bow, they break. The Vorath Dominion grows stronger today." The children looked small and afraid on the big screens. Many aliens watching felt pity. Some felt fear. But no one spoke against the Vorath. Not yet. Krell Vor closed the channel. He turned to his officers. "Set full speed for home space. We will show these young ones to the High Hive. Let the Queen see how easy it is to take human worlds." The fleet increased speed. Stars stretched into lines outside the windows. Back on New Hope, night had fallen. The colony lights were dim. People moved slowly. Many stood outside their homes, looking at the sky where the ships had gone. Tears ran down faces. Mothers held empty hands. Fathers stared at nothing. Governor Tae-min stood on the command building roof. Wind moved his hair. Ji-in stood beside him. She had not stopped shaking since the shuttles left. "They are alone up there," she said. Her voice cracked. Ji-sung must be so scared. Su-min's face? "I should have been there." Tae-min put his arm around her. "They are strong, like you, like us." He looked at his wrist device. A small light blinked green. A message had arrived. He opened it. The words were short. "Earth Command to New Hope. Crimson Dawn authorized. All assets released. Stand by. Do not engage. Help comes." Ji-yoon read over his shoulder. "What does that mean?" "It means we wait," Tae-min said, "and the galaxy will see what happens when someone hurts our children." He turned and walked inside. Ji-yoon followed. In the command room, a small group waited. Woo Jin, head of security, stood tall, with arms crossed. Hei Jin, the communications expert, sat at her console. Her fingers never stopped moving. Other leaders from farms and labs were there too. Tae-min spoke quietly. "No one leaves this room until I say. What happens next must stay secret. Let them keep thinking that." Woo Jin nodded. "Weapons are ready if needed, but orders say wait." Heijin looked up. "I picked up their broadcast. They showed the children. Everyone in the Concord saw." Tae-min's jaw tightened. "Good. Let them see. Let everyone remember." He sat down. Now we wait for the silent hour. Far across space, things began to move. In deep asteroid belts, small rocks that looked like normal space junk opened tiny doors. Inside were human drones, thousands of them. They had waited for years. Now their eyes lit up red. They started engines so quiet, no scanner could hear. They drifted toward Vorath flight paths. On old cargo routes, ships that looked like simple traders changed course. Their hulls opened. Hidden guns slid out, but they did not fire. Not yet. In secret stations hidden behind dead moons, AI cores woke up. They read the trigger code, Crimson Dawn. They began calculations, paths, speeds, targets. Every Vorath ship, station, and world got marked. No loud alarms, no battle cries, just cold math and silent movement. 12 hours passed since the children were taken. On the Vorath flagship, Krell Vor ate his meal. Raw meat from some conquered world. He watched the children on his personal screen. They sat close together. One boy drew pictures on the floor with his finger. Su-min slept with her head on Ji-sung's shoulder. Pathetic, Krelvor said. They do not even fight. An officer approached. Commander, sensors show nothing. No human ships follow. No conquered protest. We are clear. Krelvor clicked his mandibles. As expected. Humans talk peace. They never fight. We will reach home space in 2 days. Prepare the children for display. He leaned back. Tonight we celebrate. Open the stores. Let the crew feast. The ship lights dimmed for rest cycle. Most Vorath slept or ate. Guards stood lazy at posts. In the cell, Ji-sung whispered to the others. When we get home, I will tell everyone how brave Su-min was. She didn't cry loud, even when it hurt. Su-min opened her eyes. I was scared. Me too, Ji-sung said. But Dad always says fear is okay. What matters is what you do after. The girl in the corner spoke softly. Will they really come? Ji-sung nodded. Yes, humans don't leave kids behind. Outside the cell, a guard yawned. He did not notice the small shadow that moved in the dark hall. A human figure in black moved like smoke. No sound, no light caught on him. The guard turned. Too late. A hand pressed his neck. A soft hiss. The guard fell without a sound. The figure, Hyun-woo, stood still for a second. He listened. Then he moved to the cell door. Inside, the children looked up, eyes wide. Hyun-woo put a finger to his lips. He worked on the lock. It clicked open. He stepped inside. Ji-sung stood up fast. Who are you? Friend, Hyun-woo said quietly. Your dad sent me. Time to go home. He looked at Su-min. Can you walk? She nodded. Hyun-woo gave each child a small mask. Put these on. Air gets thin soon. He led them out. They moved fast and quiet through halls, past sleeping guards, past empty rooms. No alarm sounded. In a small hangar, a black dropship waited, door open. Inside, soft lights. Hyun-woo helped the children in. He looked back once. Then he closed the door. The dropship slipped out of the flagship. No one saw it leave. On the bridge, Krelvor slept in his chair. 12 hours and 10 minutes after the children were taken, they were gone again. The Vorath did not know yet, but soon they would. And when they did, the silent hour would end. The Vorath flagship sailed on through the black. Engines pushed it fast toward home space. Inside, most of the crew rested after their feast. Lights were low. Guards walked slow patrols. The air felt thick and warm from too many bodies. Commander Krelvor sat alone on the bridge. He chewed on a piece of dried meat. His yellow eyes stared at the empty scanner screens. No ships followed. No signals came. He felt proud. Humans had done nothing. They had let him take their young without a fight. He opened the feed to the holding cell. The screen showed empty benches. No children. No movement. Just open bars and dark shadows. Krelvor blinked once, then twice. His claws clicked hard on the arm of his chair. He slammed a button. Alarms screamed through the ship, sharp and loud. Security, report to lower decks. The prisoners are gone. Guards ran. Boots pounded metal floors. Doors hissed open and shut. In the cell block, guards found only silence. The bars stood open. No blood, no signs of struggle. Just gone. An officer rushed to the bridge. He bowed low. His voice shook. Commander, the small humans are missing. No bodies. No escape pods launched. Sensors show nothing. Krelvor stood up. His 6 legs made the floor shake. How, he roared. How do soft things vanish from a locked cell? The officer had no answer. Krelvor turned to the main screen. He pulled up ship logs. Every system looked normal. No hull breaches, no power drops, no unauthorized access. Then the lights flickered. Just for a second. Krelvor froze. Across the entire fleet, the same thing happened. One by one, lights dimmed. Engines coughed. Weapons panels went dark. Shields dropped with soft beeps. Captains on other ships shouted orders. Engineers ran to consoles. Nothing worked. On the flagship, Krelvor watched his bridge crew panic. Screens filled with red warnings. Engines offline. Shields collapsed. Communications dead. He grabbed the nearest officer by the throat. "Fix this. Now." The officer gasped. We don't know what's wrong. Systems fail all at once, like someone turned them off from inside." Krelvor let go. The officer fell hard. Then a new sound came. Quiet at first. A low hum, growing louder. From the dark outside the ship, small shapes appeared. They looked like dust at first. Tiny black dots against the stars. Hundreds, thousands. They moved fast. Too fast. They attached to the hull like insects on skin. No sound, no flash. Inside the ship, lights died completely. Emergency red glow came on, weak and bloody. Krelvor ran to a window. He saw the shapes. They were not dust. They were drones. Small human drones, each no bigger than a hand. Their surfaces shifted like liquid metal. They cut through armor like paper. One by one, they peeled open holes. Not big holes, tiny ones. Just enough for air to leak. Just enough for something worse. Krelvor turned. "Fire point defense. Shoot them." But the guns did not answer. Power was gone. In the lower decks, crews screamed. Something moved in the dark halls. Not drones now. Something bigger. A single figure walked through shadows. Black suit, face hidden behind a smooth mask. No sound from his steps. Hyun-woo. He had not left with the children. He stayed. He moved like he knew every corner of the ship. He had studied the plans for years. Every Vorath ship design. Every weak point. He reached a guard post. 2 soldiers stood with weapons raised. They saw nothing until he was close. A soft flash. One fell. Then the other. No blood, just sleep darts. Hyun-woo kept moving. Engineers tried to fix the failing cores. They did not see him come. He placed small devices on the main lines. Tiny clicks. Then he left. Back in the corridors, alarms wailed. Crew ran in every direction. Some fired blindly into shadows. Bullets hit walls. Nothing hit him. Hyun-woo reached the shuttle bay. His dropship waited, still cloaked, invisible. He stepped inside. The door closed without sound. The ship slipped away again, through the tiny holes the drones had made. No one saw it go. On the bridge, Krelvor stood alone now. His officers had run or fallen. He looked at the main screen. It flickered back to life, just for a moment. A human face appeared. Not Taemin. Not anyone from New Hope. A calm woman with short hair. She spoke in the common language. "You took human children. You hurt one. You drew blood. This ends now." The image cut off. Krelvor roared. He smashed the console with all 4 arms. Sparks flew. Then the ship shook. Hard. Outside, the drones worked faster. They ate through armor. Air hissed out. Pressure dropped. Crew screamed as air thinned. Some grabbed masks. Most did not. Krelvor felt the cold bite his lungs. He fell to his knees. In the distance, more shapes moved. Not small drones now. Bigger ships. Human ships. They looked like old miners or couriers. Plain hulls. No flags. No bright lights. But their weapons glowed white-hot. One shot came. Silent. A streak of light. It hit a Vorath cruiser far behind the flagship. The cruiser broke in half. No explosion. Just clean cut. Then antimatter bloomed inside. Bright and final. Another streak. Another ship gone. Krelvor watched his fleet die on the screens, one by one, fast, clean. He whispered to himself, "What are they?" The answer came in his own mind. Monsters, quiet monsters, waiting for years, waiting for someone to cross the line. On New Hope, Taemin stood in the command room. Screens showed the battle far away. No cheers, no smiles, just silence. Ji-eun sat beside him. Her hands shook. The children. Safe, Taemin said. Hyunwoo got them out before the rest started. She closed her eyes. Tears fell. Woojin spoke low. First phase complete. Children returned. Vorath command ship disabled. Fleet taking heavy losses. Taemin nodded. Keep going. No stop until the job is done. Haejin looked up from her console. Concord channels are exploding. Everyone watches. They can't believe it. Taemin stared at the screen. A Vorath battleship burned in silence. They will believe soon, he said. Far away, the children sat in a safe human transport. Masks off. Blankets around them. Sumin drank water. Ji-sung held her hand. A medic checked Sumin's face. No scar. Ji-sung smiled for the first time. Told you Mom would fix it. Sumin looked out the window. Stars moved slow. Are we going home? The pilot's voice came soft over the speaker. Yes, home. On the Vorath flagship, Krelvor lay on the floor. Air was thin, his vision blurred. He saw one last thing on the dying screen. A simple message in red letters. Child harm confirmed. Extinction protocol engaged. Bid your entire species goodbye. The screen went black. Krelvor closed his eyes. The silent hour was over. The children were safe, and the Vorath had just begun to pay. The Vorath fleet tried to turn back. Engines coughed and fought to restart. Some ships managed weak thrust. Others drifted dead in space. Commander Krelvor lay on his bridge floor. His chest moved slow. Air was thin. His yellow eyes stared at black screens. Around him, crew lay still or crawled weakly. The flagship was broken. Holes let cold vacuum creep in. Lights flickered like dying fireflies. Krelvor forced himself up on shaking legs. He grabbed the command chair. His voice rasped over the dying intercom. All ships, return to New Hope. Glass the planet. Burn their fields. Kill every human. Make them pay. Few ships answered. Most were silent. A handful turned their broken noses toward the small blue-green world they had left behind. They limped forward. Weapons tried to charge. Some still had power for orbital strikes. On New Hope, dawn came slow. The sky turned soft pink. People gathered in the central square. Children who had not been taken played quietly, too scared to run or laugh loud. Taemin stood on a low platform. Ji-eun stood beside him. Her eyes were red from no sleep. Woojin and Haejin waited nearby with tablets showing live feeds from space. A quiet buzz came from the command building. Haejin checked her screen. They're coming back, she said. 5 ships left, weapons hot. ETA 2 hours. Taemin looked at the sky. Let them come. No panic spread. People moved with purpose. Farmers locked barns. Teachers took children inside strong buildings. Security teams checked hidden shelters. But no one ran. No one screamed. Ji-eun touched Taemin's arm. The children are safe now. On the transport. Coming home soon. He nodded. I know. She looked up. What happens when those ships arrive? They don't arrive. Far out in the black, the first wave hit. Tiny drones, millions of them, had attached to the Vorath hulls hours earlier. They looked like space dust. Now they woke fully. Their tiny tools spun. They cut through armor, not to blow up, to take apart. Molecule by molecule. Hulls thinned like paper in rain. Air leaked. Systems shorted. Crew panicked as walls dissolved around them. One cruiser lost its nose first. Metal peeled back like skin. Engines flared and died. The ship tumbled slow. No explosion, just quiet death. Another ship tried to fire. Its main gun glowed for a second. Then the barrel melted from inside. The shot never came. The gun turned to slag. Krell watched one feed before his screens died. He saw his last battleship break apart. Pieces floated away like leaves. He whispered, "Impossible." Then the second wave arrived. Long streaks of light crossed space. They moved at speeds close to light itself. No warning, no sound. Projectiles humanity had launched years ago when they first joined the Concorde. Waiting in deep orbits, patient, silent. Now they hit. Each carried a small antimatter core. Tiny, deadly. One struck a Vorath heavy cruiser. The ship vanished in a white flash. No debris, just gone. Bright light bloomed and faded fast. Another hit. Another ship erased. The surviving Vorath captain screamed orders. "Evasive! Shields up!" But shields were dead. Engines weak. No place to hide. On New Hope, the sky lit up. Distant flashes like stars going out. People watched from fields and roofs. No cheers. Just quiet stares. Wurjin spoke low. Second wave complete. 3 ships left, limping. Taemin nodded. Third wave. In orbit around distant Vorath worlds, planets no human had ever claimed to visit, old platforms woke. They looked like simple relay stations built by human traders years before. Quiet deals, hidden truth. The platforms opened. Doors slid back. Inside waited canisters. Small, silver, engineered for one thing. They launched. Clouds of particles spread. Invisible at first. Then they found air. Vorath air. The particles locked on. They entered lungs, skin, blood. On the homeworlds, alarms sounded too late. Hive cities filled with screams. Warriors fell, clutching throats. Queens in deep chambers gasped as pain burned inside. The bioweapon moved slow. It hurt. It killed. Every Vorath felt it, designed perfect for their biology. No cure, no escape. One Vorath world after another went dark. Communications stopped. Lights faded. Silence spread. Back near New Hope, the last 3 Vorath ships tried one final run. They aimed at the planet. Weapons charged weak. Then the sky above New Hope answered. Hidden satellites, small, disguised as weather monitors, fired. Thin beams of energy, not loud, not bright, precise. One beam touched a Vorath destroyer. The ship split clean in 2. No fire, just cut. Another beam, another ship gone. The last ship, Krell flagship, drifted closer. It fired one weak shot. The beam missed wide, hit empty space. Then a final beam came. It touched the bridge. Krell saw the light. White, pure. He felt nothing after. The flagship broke apart. Pieces burned up in atmosphere. Sparks fell like slow stars over New Hope. People watched them fade. Silence returned. Taemin stepped forward on the platform. Everyone looked at him. "They hurt our children," he said. His voice carried clear. "They drew blood. They thought we would bow. They thought we were weak." He paused. "We are not weak. We choose peace. We choose talk. We choose kindness. But when someone touches our young, we choose something else." He looked at the faces below. Mothers, fathers, children. "We choose to end the threat. All of it. Forever." A soft cheer rose. Not loud, not wild, just relieved, tired, real. Jiun wiped her eyes. She smiled for the first time in days. Heijin's tablet beeped. Transport with the children enters orbit. Landing in 20 minutes. Taemin turned to her. Core the square. Families wait. People moved fast. They made space. Blankets spread. Water ready. Medics stood by. In the sky, a small black ship dropped through clouds. It landed soft on the grass field near the school. Door opened. 5 children stepped out. Blankets over shoulders. Faces pale but alive. Sumin ran first. She saw Jian and flew into their arms. Jian held her tight. Tears fell on braids. Ji-sung walked to Taemin. He looked up. Dad? Taemin knelt. He pulled his son close. You're home. The other children found their parents. Hugs, cries, laughter, mixed with sobs. The colony lights came on full. Warm yellow glow. Music started soft from somewhere. People shared food. Stories. But Taemin stood apart for a moment. He looked at the sky again. Stars calm now. No more flashes. He spoke quiet to himself. It's done. Woo Jin walked up. Concord is watching. Messages coming in. Shock, fear, questions. Taemin nodded. Let them watch. Let them learn. He turned back to his family. Ji-sung held Sumin's hand now. Ji-yoon smiled through tears. The reckoning was over. The price had been paid. 72 hours after the children were taken, the Vorath Dominion no longer existed. The homeworlds burned in silence. Hive cities that once hummed with millions of voices now sat dark and broken. Tall spires cracked and fell. Deep tunnels filled with smoke. Queens who ruled for centuries lay still in their chambers. Warriors who had conquered dozens of worlds dropped where they stood. The bioweapon did its work perfectly. Slow pain first, then quiet end. No hospitals could save them. No scientists found a cure. The air itself had turned against them. News feeds across the galactic Concord went black one by one. Alien reporters stared at empty screens. Ambassadors in shining halls whispered in fear. Old enemies of the Vorath watched with wide eyes. Friends stayed quiet. Everyone understood the same thing. An entire species had vanished. From one decision. They hurt human children. On Earth, deep command centers stayed busy but calm. Officers in plane rooms watched data streams. Numbers dropped. Signals faded. Planets marked red turned gray. No one cheered. No one clapped. They just nodded and moved to the next task. Cleanup, record, archive. A single broadcast went out from Earth. No fancy images, no music. Just black background and white words in every known language. A calm voice read them slow and clear. To any species in the galaxy, if you ever think of harming a human child, remember this day. There will be no warning. There will be no trial. There will be no second chance. We protect our young. We always have. We always will. Harm them, and your entire species says goodbye. The message repeated for 1 hour. Then it stopped. No more words needed. On New Hope, the colony felt different. The air seemed lighter. People walked outside again. Children ran in the fields. Laughter came back. Soft at first, then louder. The playground near the school had new swings and slides. Fresh grass covered the marks where shuttles had landed. Sumin sat on a bench with her mother, Ji-yoon. Her lip had healed. Only a small pink line stayed. She kicked her legs and ate an apple. Ji-yoon brushed her hair gently. Does it still hurt? Ji-yoon asked. Sumin shook her head. No. Just feels funny when I smile big. Ji-yoon smiled. Then smile big. Nearby, Ji-sung played soccer with other boys. He kicked the ball hard. It flew high. When he scored, he looked up at the sky and waved. Taemin watched from the edge of the field. He stood with hands in pockets. His face looked tired but peaceful. Woo Jin walked up. All clear from command. No Vorath signals anywhere. Concord confirms. It's over. Taemin nodded. Good. Woo Jin looked at the children. They're okay. They're more than okay, Taemin said. They're home. Jin joined them. She held a tablet. Messages keep coming. Some species want talks. Some want to know how. Most just want to say sorry, even if they did nothing. Taemin looked at her. Tell them we hear, but we don't need sorry, we need safe. She nodded and walked away. Evening came. The sky turned orange and gold. Families gathered for dinner outside. Tables set in the square. Food shared, stories told. Children sat close to parents. No one wanted to be far tonight. Sumin climbed onto Ji-eun's lap. Mom, will they come back? Ji-eun held her tight. No one like them will ever come again. Ji-sung sat next to his father. Dad, did we win? Taemin thought for a moment. We didn't want to fight, but when they hurt you, we had to stop them, forever. Ji-sung looked down. I was scared. Taemin put an arm around him. Everyone gets scared. What matters is you stayed brave. You held Sumin's hand. You told her help would come. That's what counts. Ji-sung smiled small. I want to be like you when I grow up. Taemin hugged him. Be better than me. Night fell. Stars filled the sky. No shits crossed them. No shadows waited. Just quiet. In the command building, Taemin stood alone for a while. He looked at the big screen. It showed empty space. No red dots. No threats. He spoke soft to the empty room. You crossed the line. You paid the price. We remember. He turned off the screen. Outside, a small fire burned in the square. People sat around it. Songs started. Old Earth songs mixed with new colony ones. Children clapped. Adults sang low. Sumin fell asleep on Jian's shoulder. Ji-sung leaned against Taemin. Their eyes closed, slow. The galaxy watched and learned. Humans were kind. They built farms. They shared food. They talked peace. They smiled at strangers. But humans were also something else. When their children cried from pain, when blood marked a small face, when tiny hands reached for help and found claws instead, humans stopped being kind. They became something cold, something final. They did not shout. They did not rage loud. They planned. They waited. They acted. And when they acted, entire empires fell silent. The Concord made new rules quietly. No one said it out loud, but everyone knew. Do not touch human children. Ever. On New Hope, the playground lights stayed on all night. Soft glow. Safe light. A teacher walked past. She looked at the empty swings. She smiled. The children slept. The stars watched. And for the first time in a long time, the galaxy felt a little safer. Because the ones who protected their young had shown what protection really meant. No mercy for those who crossed that line. Only goodbye.